Major Patrick Williams injury news. Get the latest on Patrick Williams' injury and how it impacts the Chicago Bulls. Plus, check out all the Bulls news, rumors, and highlights after the Summer League debut. Stay informed with the latest updates. Hit that subscribe button and don't miss a beat. Welcome to Chicago Bulls Updates. Are you a die-hard Chicago Bulls fan eager to stay on top of all the latest news, rumors, and trades? From trade speculations to roster changes, game highlights, and beyond, we cover it all to keep you informed and connected with your favorite team. Subscribe now and join our community to never miss a beat in the world of Chicago Bulls basketball. Let's start with the bombshell that's rocking the Bulls world right now. We've got major news about Patrick Williams' injury situation. As many of you know, Williams has been dealing with various injuries throughout his young career, and it's been a source of frustration for both the player and the fans. Well, I've got some exclusive information from my sources close to the team. It appears that Williams has suffered a setback in his recovery process. The Bulls medical staff conducted a thorough evaluation earlier this week, and the results are concerning, to say the least. According to my insider, Williams is dealing with a more severe ankle sprain than initially reported. The MRI results show some ligament damage that could potentially keep him sidelined for an extended period. Now, I want to stress that the team hasn't made an official announcement yet, but from what I'm hearing, we could be looking at Williams missing significant time at the start of the upcoming season. This is a huge blow for the Bulls, especially considering Williams' potential and the role he was expected to play in the team's plans. The former 4th overall pick has shown flashes of brilliance when healthy, but these recurring injury issues are seriously hampering his development. Let's break down what this means for the Bulls. Roster implications. The front office might need to explore options to bolster the forward position. Don't be surprised if we see some movement in the free agent market or even trade discussions heating up. Player development. This setback could have long-term effects on Williams' growth. Missing training camp and potentially the start of the season is far from ideal for a young player still trying to find his footing in the league. Team chemistry. The Bulls were counting on Williams to be a key piece of their rotation. His absence will force coach Billy Donovan to adjust his lineups and game plan. Financial considerations. While it's too early to speculate, if these injury issues persist, it could impact future contract negotiations when Williams becomes eligible for an extension. I'll keep you updated as more information becomes available, but for now, Bulls fans, brace yourselves for some potentially rough news on the Patrick Williams front. Now, let's shift gears and talk about some on-court action. The Bulls Summer League squad made their debut, and boy, was it a roller coaster. The final score was 83-74 in favor of the Bulls, but the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story. Let's break down some of the key performances and what they might mean for the future of the franchise. First up, we've got to talk about Dalen Terry. The Bulls' first-round pick from last year showed some serious improvement. Terry finished the game with 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. But more than the stats, it was his poise and decision-making that really caught my eye. There was one play in particular that stood out. Midway through the third quarter, Terry got the ball on the wing, used a nasty crossover to get his defender off balance, and then instead of forcing a tough shot, he made a beautiful no-look pass to a cutting teammate for an easy layup. That's the kind of high IQ play that gets coaches excited. Another player who turned heads was Adama Sanogo, the undrafted rookie out of UConn. Sanogo was a beast in the paint, finishing with 15 points and 9 rebounds. His footwork in the post was impressive, and he showed a soft touch around the rim. If he can keep this up, don't be surprised if the Bulls look to sign him to a two-way contract. On the flip side, there were some concerns about the play of Julian Phillips. The Bulls' second-round pick this year struggled with his shot, going 2 for 9 from the field and 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. However, I wouldn't hit the panic button just yet. Phillips showed good energy on defense and grabbed 7 rebounds. It's just one game, and Summer League is all about development and getting comfortable with the pro game. One of the biggest surprises of the night was the play of Carlik Jones. The G League standout looked like a man among boys out there, dropping 22 points and dishing out 7 assists. His ability to penetrate the defense and either finish at the rim or kick out to open shooters was impressive. Jones might have played himself into consideration for a roster spot with this performance. Now, let's talk about the team's overall performance. The good news is that the Bulls showed resilience. They were down by 12 points early in the second quarter but fought back to take control of the game. The bad news? Their three-point shooting was abysmal. As a team, they shot just 5 for 23 from beyond the arc. In today's NBA, that's not going to cut it. Defensively, there were some bright spots. The Bulls forced 18 turnovers and had 9 steals as a team. They were active in passing lanes and showed good communication on switches. However, they did struggle at times to contain dribble penetration, which is something they'll need to work on moving forward. Overall, I'd give the Bulls' Summer League debut a B+. There's definitely room for improvement, but we saw some flashes of potential from key young players. It'll be interesting to see how they build on this performance in their next game. Alright, Bulls fans, buckle up because we've got some juicy rumors to dive into. As always, take these with a grain of salt, but my sources have been pretty reliable in the past. First up, let's talk about Zach LaVine. There have been whispers around the league that the Bulls might be open to moving their star guard if the right offer comes along. Now, I want to be clear, this doesn't mean LaVine is on the trading block. But it does suggest that the front office is at least willing to listen to offers. The rationale here is pretty straightforward. LaVine is in the prime of his career, and while he's an incredible talent, there are questions about whether he can be the centerpiece of a championship team. If the Bulls could get a haul of young players and draft picks for LaVine, it might accelerate their rebuild. One team that's reportedly shown interest is the New York Knicks. The rumor mill suggests a package centered around R.J. Barrett and multiple first-round picks. Again, this is just speculation at this point, but it's something to keep an eye on as we get closer to the trade deadline. Moving on, there's been a lot of chatter about the Bulls potentially making a play for Kyle Kuzma in free agency. Kuzma opted out of his contract with the Wizards and is now an unrestricted free agent. He would certainly fill a need for the Bulls at the power forward position, especially with the uncertainty surrounding Patrick Williams. The issue here is cap space. The Bulls are pretty tight against the cap, so they'd likely need to move some salary to make a competitive offer to Kuzma. One possibility that's been floated is a sign and trade involving Nikola Vucevic, but that would leave a big hole in the middle for Chicago. Speaking of big men, here's an interesting tidbit. I'm hearing that the Bulls have been in contact with the representatives for Nerlens Noel. Noel was waived by the Pistons and could provide some much-needed depth and rim protection off the bench. He's not a game-changer by any means, but at the right price, he could be a solid addition to the rotation. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get a discussion going. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Bulls content.